Welcome to the Dose of Courage podcast. I'm your host, Courage Molina, Chief Courage Crusader. I'm here to encourage, challenge, and equip you to become bolder, more confident, and courageous enough to be who God has called you to be, do what God has called you to do, and take possession of everything God said you can have. Courage Crusaders, let's go. This podcast is sponsored by the Courage Circle, a 20-week discipleship program for women who want to have a more intimate relationship with God and a better understanding of His Word. Through this study, you will learn how to apply biblical wisdom to your day-to-day life and become bolder, more confident, and courageous in the process. If you're ready to get serious about growing in your faith, enroll today at www.thecouragecircle.com. Use code DOC25 to save 25%. What's up? I am so glad to be back here with you guys. Let me just go ahead and put a disclaimer. This is a little bit of a racy topic, okay? So I know that normally that you don't have to worry about any raciness, but it's a little bit racy because we're going to talk about some intimate things here. And so if you have children in the room with you, this probably ain't really the episode to listen to with them. Not necessarily that it's inappropriate, but it's a conversation where women that we can have. And so if this is your first time, I'm glad you're here. This is, I feel like I'm blushing and I ain't even really said anything yet. This is not the normal topic of the DOC, but it's an important topic, man. I don't want to just be talking about stuff and leaving other things out because it's an uncomfortable conversation. So we're just going to keep it 100. Now, listen, I'm just going to get right into it. I've been in a romantic relationship for 24 years. And y'all, listen, I'm 39. That means I've had a bae since before I even knew what it meant to be in a real relationship or before I knew what it meant to be romantic. We started dating when I was in 8th grade, 9th grade, and we have been together ever since. And so, honestly, having serious relationships that young, combine have not, let me not say relationships, having a serious relationship that young, combined with the fact that I was, teen parenting, it left me in a place where I was always putting someone else's needs before my own. All right. And that resulted in like low self-esteem, a strain on my marriage. It resulted in poor health. And, a few years ago in 2018, so about 2 years ago, I got an epiphany. Okay. And the epiphany that I got was that I needed to treat myself the way I treated my husband. I give my husband the best that I have. I want to support him however I can, mentally, emotionally. I want to support him however I can, spiritually, sexually, and his physical needs. I'm his suitable helper, and I want to support him, spoil him, whatever. That is how I am as a wife, and that's what I wanted to be as a wife, right? Just so we're clear. And then on top of that, when you have kids, you're always putting these little critters before you. You love them. You want to give them the best. You're not taking care of yourself. You're taking care of them. And sometimes putting yourself last as a woman is seen as this badge of honor. When I put everybody else before me, I read a meme or comment or something, some type of post where it's like real women do whatever they have to do to take care of their kids. They put themselves last. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. That's cool. However, there are some things that we need to take care of for ourselves. Like sometimes we have to take care of ourselves first so that we can be better mothers, so that we can be better spouses. Like that's just what it is. We should not be allowing ourselves to get run down. And so I know I probably took it a little further, but I'm an overachiever anyway. And so I started to think about what would it look like? What would that look like if I decided to treat myself the way I treated my husband? And so I was like, you know what? Let's just think about what that would look like. I mentally, like, let me just break down what I do for him. Like, as far as his mental goes, like, I give him space to process his thoughts, to determine his boundaries. I encourage him. I allow him to feel his feelings, express his emotions. First of all he really have is he's only got two emotions, okay? Angry and not angry. In 24 years, I ain't really seen a lot of other stuff. Yes, we've had some sadness, we've had some loss, and so that's pretty much it. But what I see is angry and not angry, right? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, but not really, right? And then spiritually, like praying for him, giving him the space to do what he felt like he wanted, or giving him the space to not have to do what he felt like he didn't have to do. And then sexually, I was a wife. I am, not was. I am a wife. I always say yes. And I'm not saying that you have to always say yes, but I'm saying how, when I started thinking about how I treated my husband and how I gave him things, like when I started thinking about these things, breaking these things down, I realized like that's just the truth of it. When it came to his sexual needs, I always say yes, and I mean always, okay? Then when it came to like basic stuff, like stuff around the house, I wanted to make sure that there was food in the house. Wanted to make sure that all the things that he liked was here. His laundry was done a certain way, the bathrooms, like whatever. Just those like spatial needs. I don't know if that's like a word, spatial needs. But you know what I'm saying? The things that he needed to feel comfortable and feel at peace in our home. And he didn't have to worry about, buying him the soap that he likes, buying him the shampoo, the type of coffee, like just, catering to his things. Small things, yes. But if he needed to rest, if he was sick, I wanted to encourage him to, take time off. I wanted him to take a rest. If he didn't feel like it, I'm like, oh, you don't have to do that. Like, just take a break. Those kinds of things. And I'm not saying I got it right all the time. So I don't want to imply that I'm a perfect wife. I'm saying at the very least, those were my desires. Whether or not I did them all the time or not, that might be a little different. But those were my desires. And so I started in 2018, after being married for 17 years and with him for 22 years. I started thinking about, you know what? I'm going to be my own bae. I want to take my self-love and my self-care to the next level. Now, if you've read my book, Power Principles of Courageous Living, How I Overcame Depression and Took Back My Life, then you know that I have not even practiced self-care for that long. And that I allowed for my body to get run down, my emotions to just not be taken care of. That's how things were. I allowed that to happen. Nobody did that to me. I did that to myself. Doesn't matter what anybody else expects. I have a responsibility to take care of myself, just like you have a responsibility to take care of yourself. So in the beginning, it was just like basic self-care and self-love. But in 2018, I wanted to take it to the next level. And I wanted to be my own bae. I had a t-shirt made. My home girl has a t-shirt company. We got the spirit. And she made me a t-shirt for my birthday that says, I'm my own bae, which my husband's like, don't wear that shirt with me. Because I don't need nobody trying to holler at you and think we just friends or something because you walking around with that shirt talking about you, your own bae. But I started thinking, okay, what if I treated myself? What if I was in a relationship with myself? What if I was going to date and marry myself? What would that look like, right? Like maybe I'm going to date myself. I'm going to be my own bae. Not that this does not at all imply that my husband don't do these things for me, but listen, we have to take care of everybody. My husband too. He also needs to take care of himself. He needs to protect his space and his peace, because I'm not that nice all the time, y'all. I could be crazy sometimes. And there have been times in the 24 years that we've been together and the 19 years that we've been married where I have been on strike because I'm mad about one thing or another. I ain't cooking, I ain't going to the grocery store, whatever. He needs to make sure he's taking care of himself. And so I think that's true for everybody. So what if I made it a point to treat myself like my own bae? What if I took care of my own mental and emotional needs? And so I want to encourage you to do that. Take care of your own mental and emotional needs. Have fun. What are some things that you like to do for yourself? Are there, and I mean small stuff. It doesn't have to be huge things. Are there shows you like to watch? What do you need to do to like really enjoy those shows? Get yourself some ice cream or a bottle of water or a bowl of fruit or whatever while you watch your favorite shows where you're laughing or crying or scared, like whatever it is you like. Are you doing those things? Are you going to the movies that you like to watch with your friends so you can have a great time? Are you having fun? Are you allowing yourself to cry when you need to cry? Are you excited when you're excited and not holding back your excitement? Are you allowing yourself to be angry when you're mad? Allowing those emotions to kind of pass through and not bottling them up? Are you encouraging yourself? Are you saying positive things to yourself to support your self-esteem and your self-value? Are you looking in the mirror saying, sis, you my boo? Are you looking at yourself in the mirror, telling yourself that you look good? Are you waiting for him to? Are you buying yourself the perfume? I mean, like, just taking care of your mental and emotional needs. And then your spiritual needs. What do you need? What is it that do you need to go to church 2 nights a week? Okay, well, let's go to church 2 nights a week. Even if he doesn't want to go, and don't go in there mad or turn it on mad because he doesn't want to watch it with you. Take care of your spiritual needs. I need to watch this because I need to be filled up. I need some time in prayer. I need some time in worship. Take some time, my sister or my brother, and get that time. Don't let it be, oh, well, we don't go to church when he doesn't want to go to church. No, child, I'm going to get my word in. Now, I may rearrange when I'm going to get it in because I am a suitable helper to my husband, and I want to be in alignment with what God is saying. So I will change it up. Maybe I'm going to watch it later in the day because now he wants breakfast. That's fine or whatever. So as much as I can, rearrange some things, I will. But if I can't rearrange some stuff and I know I'm on the brink and I need to get some spiritual, like, oh, baby, I'm about to get that. All right. And, taking care, listen, this is for married ladies. This particular part is for married ladies, right? When it comes, like, when I think about, oh, I take care of his sexual needs, listen, married ladies, take care of you. When you need and you want it, you can initiate. You can take care of yourself if you have to. Now, single ladies, hey, you can't be your own bae in that aspect. And the reason I said you can't be your own bae in that aspect is because that act, whether you are doing it with another person, according to the word, is fornicating. And I don't mean to imply that I didn't. I was pregnant at the age of 15. Okay. So that means what? That means I know it seems so old to call it fornicating, but I just want to call it that. Like, let's just stick to that. That means that's what I was doing. And even if, as a single woman, if you taking care of yourself by yourself, who you thinking about? Okay, so the word says that when you think about it, when you lust after somebody in your heart, it's like you've already fornicated. So single ladies, I have nothing to give you. Paul said it is better to marry than to burn with passion. I ain't suggesting that you go out and find some dude off the street, marry him. But I'm saying I have no advice. I mean, you can pray about it. I do know women that are celibate. They are single and they've entered into the celibacy, and they talk a lot about prayer and things like that. I'm saying I don't have anything to tell you. You know what I'll do though? I'll put a link to some resources. I'll do that. I'll put a link to some resources. Before you marry, women, take care of yourself. Initiate it, right? Like like you would for him. When his body needs it and he shows you he's interested, you give him. God, I hope y'all giving him what he needs. That's word. That's a whole different type of podcast. I don't even know. I'm sitting here blushing right now. I don't even know if I could do that podcast. But what I'm saying is, the Lord says for you not to deny each other. So I hope when he wanted you, go ahead and taking care of his needs that way. So just like when he needs it, you're taking care of his needs. When you need it, make sure your needs get taken care of. Okay. And then physical, what do you need to take care of yourself? Like your physical needs. I'm making sure that I have the things that I want and I need. I'm making sure that the laundry is done because I like for the laundry to be done, not because I like to do it. I'm making sure that I have the snacks and just like I take care of his physical needs, just like I make sure that he's comfortable in this house and he has the things that he wants, I'm going to make sure I have that stuff too. This is not at all to imply that my husband doesn't take care of me. He does. I'm relatively spoiled. I'm surprised when he says no. I don't even understand it. If I ask for something, I feel like if I ask for it, then that means that I already know we can afford it, or I already know that we can do it. Okay. So if I ask him for something and he says no, I am legit confused. I'm like, what? What do you mean no? What do you mean? You mean you want to talk about it later? Are you not in a good mood right now? 24 years, I'm relatively spoiled, okay? And the level at which I'm spoiled always increases with our income level. So I do not mean to imply, I'm not trying to rob my husband of anything and say he doesn't take care of me. He does. But I'm going to tell you this, his taking care of me needs to be icing on the cake. It does not need to be the it doesn't need to be my everything, because this is what happens. Men are individuals, and just like we deal with things and stress, so do they. So if he's going through a difficult time mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever, and he's not able to support me, he's not able to give me what I need, whatever it is that's got him. Because women, we go through those things too. Like, we're stressed out about work, we're stressed out these kids driving us crazy, our mama driving, whatever it is. If we're not able to do that, right, we're not able to take care of ourselves, then it makes it difficult for us to take care of our spouse, or our spouse feels the same way. So maybe he loves you and he thinks you're gorgeous, but his mind is on something else. So maybe it's been a couple weeks or a couple months, and maybe he's going through something, and so he can't take care of you the way that you're used to. So now that means what? That means that now I'm not gonna be taken care of. I'm not gonna have love and fun. Like, child, no, no, that's not good. Because what you do then is you make him responsible for your happiness. You make him responsible for your peace. And when they are unable to do it, or if you're going through a season where they are unwilling to do it, not only is your marriage falling apart, but so are you. It's okay for my marriage to be struggling. And it's possible for my marriage to be struggling and for me to not be falling apart because of it. You know why? Because I take care of me. I'ma take care of me. He is the icing. He ain't my eggs and flour and milk and sugar and butter. He can't be your whole cake. Girl, he better be your icing or your sprinkles or your side of coffee or something. He better be your scoop of ice cream. Even as a married person, it is not good to put all that pressure on them. And I learned that the hard way. But I was young. What did I know? But I want you guys to learn from my experience, okay? So I want to challenge you to start thinking about how you take care of your spouse, or for you single women, how you would like to take care of your spouse. I know y'all got a Boaz out there, so that y'all waiting on, y'all believe in the Lord for, right? And so when that Boaz comes around, how you plan on treating him, how you promise in the Lord you're going to treat him. Can you treat yourself like that first, so that when he comes along, you're not depending on him. He's not responsible for carrying your happiness. One of the things that I heard, and I'm not saying that everything that Will and Jada say y'all should be listening to. I don't know them. That I don't know Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, right? I don't know them like that. But he said he told his wife one time, and boy, it was so good to me. He said, I told her, if you can't make yourself happy, how do you expect for me to make you happy? Like, how can I? I don't know you as well as you know yourself. So if you ain't never happy by yourself, how can you expect for somebody else to make you happy? And that really stuck with me, right? I don't know if it was at the same time or around the same time, but that is something that really stuck to me. And so I want to challenge you and encourage you to be your own bae, married or not, to treat yourself like you treat your husband. Treat yourself like you want to treat that husband that you praying for. You understand what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying to you. Treat yourself like your own bae. Treat yourself good, sis. Okay. I love y'all. I always want to invite you to something at the end of the podcast. And so I want to invite you to join the Dose of Courage Facebook group. There's a link to it in the show notes. You can DM me and I'll send you a link. It is an amazing group that will take care of your spiritual self, right? Having you feeling good about yourself. That's going to build your confidence and your courage, even in your marriage. Even if your husband is doing it or if he ain't doing it, you'll still be good, because marriage is for better or for worse. So it makes no sense for you to be miserable because he's going through a miserable season and y'all can't get divorced, okay? He might be miserable, but I'm not going to be miserable. And that's going to be great because I can cover him in prayer. I can't cover him in prayer if I'm mad and he mad and he going through a difficult season, and now his difficult season got me miserable also. No, I'm still going to be kind of good over here. Not great, but I still got cake over here. Maybe I ain't got my icing that I like. Maybe I don't have my scoop of ice cream, okay? But he can't be the whole thing. He can't give me all that I need. It just, no, man, that's heavy, okay? And so that means I have to love myself, affirm myself, look at myself in the mirror and be like, girl, you did that with that outfit. Girl, them earrings look good on you. Girl, that hairstyle. Okay, I see you. You quarantine hot. Holla. Yes, that's how it has to be. So you're not putting so much pressure on him. And so a great place you can come to get encouraged and to be encouraged and to learn to love yourself through the word of God is in the Dose of Courage community on Facebook. So come and holler at us. Join this sisterhood. Join this tribe of beautiful and amazing women who can look in the mirror and say we look good. And so when we go downstairs and our husband say it or don't say it, we already heard it. You feel me? Okay. I love y'all. Listen, join the group. Love yourself. I want to know how you dating yourself out here in these streets. What's the last date you took yourself on? When the last time you did something for you? Hit me up in my DMs because I want to hear about this. Probably because I need to add some stuff to my list. Okay? Okay. All right. I love you, ladies. Until next time, be strong and very courageous. Man, hop in the group. I want to see y'all. I love y'all. Later.